everyone, my name is Jeremy Matthew. I'm your coach, and today we're going to discuss about the Charles Law. The Charles Law was ruled by Jack Alexander Caesar Charles. It states that the volume of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Now let's move on to example 1. A balloon has a volume of 3 liters at 300 Kelvin. If it is heated to 87 degrees Celsius, what will be its volume? In order to solve this, we need to figure out the given and the required variable. Our given is V1, 3 liters, T1, 300 Kelvin, and T2, which is 87 degrees Celsius. Our required or missing variable is V2. But before we continue to solve it, we need to notice the degrees Celsius in the temperature. In Charles' law, it is a common rule that the temperature has to be in Kelvin. So we need to convert degrees Celsius into Kelvin. To convert degrees Celsius into Kelvin, we need to add it by 273. So applying this, our T2, which is 87 degrees Celsius, added by 273 is equal to 360 Kelvin. In order to solve it, we need to put the formula. Next, we have to cross multiply. So we cross multiply V1 to T2. We get V1 T2 equals V2 T1. Now we have to solve for the unknown variable. In order to do that, we need to isolate V2 by dividing this by T1. So if we did this in this side, we have to do it here. Then we cancel out. Now we have V2 equals V1 T2 over T1. For the next step, we have to substitute the values. And we have substituted the given. We have to cancel the similar units. We multiply 3 liters by 360. Now that we have 1080 liters, we will divide it by 300, which we will now get 3.6 liters. And that will be our final volume. For the second example, we have a sample of gas has a volume of 5 liters at 40 degrees Celsius. It is cooled to 0 degrees Celsius. What is its volume? First, we have the formula V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. Now we find the given. V1 is 5 liters, T1 is 40 degrees Celsius, T2 is 0 degrees Celsius. Our required or missing is T2. But before we get into solving, you need to convert the degrees Celsius into Kelvin. To convert degrees Celsius into Kelvin, we need to add it by 173. Our T1 is 313 Kelvin, while our T2 is 207 Kelvin. Now let's move on to solving. Now to solve this, we need to put the formula V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. Next, we have to cross multiply. Now we will get V1 T2 equals V2 T1. For the next step, we need to isolate the required value, which is V2. In order to do that, we need to divide both sides by T1. Now, since we've divided them, we can cancel T1 to isolate T2. Next step, we need to substitute the values. Our V1 is 5 liters, T2 is 273 Kelvin over 313 Kelvin is our T1. So now we multiply 5 liters by 0.73 Kelvin. But before that, remember to cancel the singular units. Now we multiply. We get 1,365 liters. After that, we need to divide it by 313. So now our V2, our final volume, will be 4.36 liters. That is all, and thank you. I hope you all learned something new and useful.